Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Father, we thank you for your sweet presence. We thank you. We thank you. Can we go ahead and just lift our hands and just thank God for his presence? Father, we thank you for your sweet presence. Be exalted, our King. Be exalted, our King. We lift you up. We lift you high. We lift you high. We lift you high. We lift you high. Come on, in your own words, just give him worship. In your own words, just give him worship. Give him worship. You're holy, Jesus. You're holy, Jesus. Righteous and faithful. We worship your majesty. In your own words, just begin to give him praise. In your own words, begin to bless his name. Worship him in the spirit. Worship him in your understanding right now. We worship you, Abba. We worship you, Abba. Oh, we worship you, Abba. We worship you, Abba. Come on, sing. We worship you, Abba. Yeah. We worship you, Abba. In your goodness, we worship you. Yeah, for your kindness, we worship you, Abba. We worship you, Abba, for your faithfulness. Yeah, for your kindness. Thank you for being good, Lord. Yeah, we worship you, Abba. We worship you, Abba. Thank you for being good. Thank you for being good. Thank you for being good. We worship you, Abba. Yeah.
We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. We honor you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. We reverence you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. We give you the glory. We worship you, Yahweh. You are worthy to be praised. We give you the glory. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. You're the beginning and the ending. We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. We give you all the glory. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. Kabiosio, Kabiosio. You are the God of heaven and the earth. Kabiosio, Kabiosio. Wherever you are, can you raise your hands as we sing that song together? Kabiosio. Lift your hands and shout it loud. Kabiosio. You are the God of heaven and the earth. Kabiosio, Kabiosio. Hallelujah. We give you glory, Jesus.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this from all over the world. My name is Odunayo Aboderin and I'm privileged to serve as the music director for the Young Adults and Youths Affairs of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Today we'll be talking about songwriting. Wow, songwriting tips that works. That's what we'll be talking about today, and I'm sure that this session is really going to bless you. So if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please subscribe right now and click the notification button so that you can always get updates from us every time there's a video posted on our page. God bless you and thanks for joining. This is going to bless you. So songwriting tips that works. By the way, I'd like to appreciate the programs department of YAYA Music Nigeria for putting this together. It's a great initiative, and I'm sure that so many people all over the world will be blessed by this initiative. So thank you for putting this together. So songwriting tips that works. Songwriting. Before we start talking about songwriting, first of all, we have to talk about songs. What makes up a song? All right, before we start talking about writing a song, what makes up a song itself? I've realized that so many of us, we just do things. We don't really know why and how we do it. All right. So songs, what are songs? Two elements that should be in a song: lyrics and melody. So when I ask people that what is singing, most people don't even know what to tell me, because they just think about it. What is singing? What is singing? But singing is, simply put, words in tune. So when you talk about songs, you're talking about lyrics with melody. All right, lyrics with melody. Songs are made up of lyrics and melody. All right, so what differentiates talking from singing is what? The melody. singing is melodious. Songs are supposed to be melodious. And I've realized that as a producer, people bring some songs and you get to ask them, where is the melody in that song? This song is not melodious. They bring some songs, you have to ask them, please, where is the chorus in the song? Where is the verse? Because obviously the person has just put everything together like that. So today we are going to be talking about songwriting. How can I write a great song? What makes up a great song? So how can I write a song that is actually melodious and I can call this a song? How can I write great lyrics? All right, so we'll be talking about all that today, and join me as we talk about it. So I'll give different definitions of a song. I hope you're jotting something down right now. A song is a musical composition for the human voice, often with instrumental accompaniment. All right, that is a song. Sometimes it does not have instrumental accompaniment, sometimes it can be a cappella, but is the musical composition of the human voice. You know, I always say this as a voice coach, that your voice is an instrument. Take that from me today. Your voice is an instrument, and you have to take care of your voice the same way you take care of every other instrument that you have. So your voice is an instrument. So when you say that I want to write a song, what you are trying to say is that I want to do a composition for my human voice. I want a melody to come out of me. I want to put melody to words. Another definition of a song is that it's a rhythmic series of musical tones arranged to give pleasant effects. Rhythmic series of musical tones plus lyrics arranged to give an effect that is pleasing to the ear. Have you heard people saying before, you almost want to close your head? What's this person saying it? Because the person does not understand this. Another definition of a song, these are very simple definitions, is that is a short piece of music. Basically with words. All right, a short piece of music basically with words. So when you put words and music together, you are having a song. You have a song already. Words, music, lyrics, melody. All right. Another definition is that a song is a combination of melody and vocals. Yeah. So when you have melody and you have vocals together, you're actually writing a song. Okay, so people come to me with different kind of songs, and I get to listen to them, and I say that first of all, to make a song pleasing to the ear, it has to be melodious. All the songs that we score right now and we listen to all over the place, we listen to them because they are melodious, because they are pleasing to our ears. So you have to take that. That's number one thing that you have to note down. Your song have to be melodious. You need to make them melodious. All right, so what makes up a song? We'll talk about one or two things, then I'll have you to go research yourself for the other ones. Number one, let's talk about the verse. What makes up a verse in a song? So if I want to write a song, should the verse come first? Should the chorus come first? Obviously the bridge should not come first, but should the bridge come first? Should the refrain come first? Should my coda come first? What should come first? Now that depends on you. You can have the chorus come first in your song, then the verse follows, or you can have the verse come first, then chorus follows, but you have to arrange it. There's a way the song has to be arranged, which is going to be pleasing to the ear of your listeners. So let's talk about a verse. What makes up the verse of a song? So the verse is the series of lyrics that tell the main story of a song. The verse tells a story of a song. All right. For example, let's take "Is Able" by Dietrich Adam. For example, God is able to do just what He says He will do. He's gonna fulfill every promise to you. Now, the verse starts from exceedingly, abundantly, far above all. You see that what that verse is doing is that it's introducing you to the song. The verse is not necessarily talking about, is not necessarily giving you an 100% hint about the song. The verse introduces you to the song. They tell the story of the song, you know. And the verse is not what you repeat over and over and over and over and over again, because people will get bored. The chorus is the part where you do that. But before you get to the chorus, the verse has to introduce us to the song. Do you understand? You, Lord, you are worthy. No one can worship you for me. You know, this verse of that song is telling you about worship. Do you understand it? Yeah. So the verse is introducing you to here's my worship, which is the chorus. All right. So your verse should introduce your audience to the song. Very important. The verses are very important in the song. Is a very important part of the song. You have to get it right, because it's most of the time it introduces the song. So your audience gets interested in your song, or they get tuned. I mean, they get they get turned off. Is either they get interested or they get turned off when you start your verse. Very, very important. So you have to understand that your verse introduces the song. It's not the main song itself. It just introduces it. All right. So usually verses are not so lengthy. Or let me put it this way. Usually your verse should not be too long. It should not be too long. Don't bore people with long verses. People get bored when verses are too long, especially for the 21st century contemporary song. You don't want to bore people with very long verses. Check these two songs that I just used as an example. Is Able and My Worship. Is Able by Dietrich Adam, My Worship by Phil Thompson. The verses are not long at all. All right, keep it as short as possible. Go to the chorus, but make sure that your verse is introducing the song, like I said earlier. Usually verses are similar in length, usually most of the time. So you can have your first verse, first verse, chorus, second verse. You see that most of the time the first verse and the second verse are always similar in length. I mean they're not too far from each other. Sometimes the second verse are shorter, because you really want to go to the chorus and maybe repeat your chorus 2 times. So most of the time you can have this structure. You do your verse, you repeat, you do your chorus, or as the lead singer, you can do your verse and chorus. All right. Then most of the time people do this, that the BVs, the backup vocals, repeat that first verse. Then they do chorus. Then you do your second verse, you do your chorus. So you can always arrange your song in any way you want to, but make sure that you arrange it in a way that you keep your listeners glued to their headphones. You don't want to bore them. You don't want to bore them. All right. Most of the time, your second verse launches you faster into the chorus. Like I said the other time, your second verse most of the time launches you faster into the chorus. You know, you don't just want to make your second verse long. No. Your second verse most of the time shouldn't be longer even than the first verse, because it should launch you faster into the chorus. Because trust me, nobody will really remember your verse. Yes, all the great songs that we have today, nobody really remembers the verse. What everybody remembers is the chorus. All right, what everybody remembers is the chorus. What everybody remembers is the chorus. So you don't want to bore people with a long verse. That's one of the mistakes most songwriters make. That they make their verses so long. So in the place of when you're writing and the verse is so long and you're recording it and it's so long, your listeners are bored already. They are turned off. All right, they just want to hear the chorus. But your verse, keep it as short as possible, especially your second verse, short as possible. Launch into your chorus, and you have to repeat your chorus over and over again. All right. The second verse should not repeat the same information as the first verse. Now this is relative. This is dependent on you. Most of the time people write songs and first verse and second verses are always the same. Well, that happens a lot, but I always advise people, especially people that come to my studio for production or people that I mentor, that why not write another verse to complement the first verse that you have. You can repeat a few lines, like the last two lines in your first verse, the last two lines in your first verse, you can repeat it in your second verse, but make sure that something changes in your lyrics. All right, make sure that something changes in your lyrics. Very, very important. Don't repeat exactly the same thing. Don't repeat exactly the same thing. But people do that a lot. You see that I've heard songs where the verses are all the same. Yeah, it happens. But I always advise people to change a little, change the lyrics in the second verse. But if you want a part of it to still be in the second verse, choose the last two lines and just put it in your second verse. All right. For your verse, start slow. Check every song that you have heard that have blessed people all over the world. The verses always start slow, and they always start from the chest voice most of the time. You don't want to start very high, and when you get to the chorus, what are you going to sing? Yeah, what are you going to sing? For Your Glory by Tasha Cobbs, she started, Lord, if I find favor in your sight. You see? Very slow, very low. She started from her chest voice, despite the fact that her range is so way high. She did not start from that high range. So that's one mistake most songwriters make. You just want to start high. No. For example, the song that we sing by Eben, God is giving me victory. The song does not start like that. That's the high part of the song. All my days I forever praise you. We see that starts slow, then it launches into the chorus where it now comes so high. So don't start high, don't start fast. Your verse shouldn't start high, shouldn't start fast. You start slow and start from your chest voice. Okay, like I said, you can make good use of repetition for your verse. I said it earlier. Your first and the second verse, you can repeat the last two lines in your second verse that you have in your first verse, but make sure that at least something changes along the way. Okay, so a song may have one verse or many verses. If you are somebody like BB Winans can write 4 verses for a song. All right, so it now depends. When people start scoring the song, it's always an issue. How can you score 4 verses? How can I score 4 verses in my head and not get lost along the way? So if you want to do 1, it's fine. If you want to do 2, it's fine. But make sure that your verses are not too long. All right, make sure your verses are not too long. All right. So verses are very important. It's a very important part of your song. You have to treat it that way. Okay, let's go to our chorus. Now, this is, for me, is the most important part of every song. Every song you write, your chorus is the most important part. When you write a song, you should know that the part that people will remember more is the chorus. Most people don't remember the verse. Most people don't remember the bridge of your song. It's the chorus. People want to hear the chorus. They want to be blessed by the chorus. So you should make your chorus as short and simple as possible. Make it something that people can sing along to. When you're singing your chorus, it's not the time for riffs and rounds. No, there's time to keep it simple so that your audience can listen once and sing it the next time. That's how to know it's a good song. A good song is a song I hear now and I'm humming it. Have you listened to a song before and you just heard it now? You get out of the car, then you start singing the song. That's a good song. A good song is a song that stays with people, and the part that really stays with people is the chorus. So don't forget, you have to keep that in mind, that your chorus is the best part of your song. It has to stay with people. So number one, you should know that is typically repeated in a song. You can repeat the chorus as many times as possible, especially when you're doing a song live. You can repeat as many times. In fact, when you're doing live, you can repeat 100 times. It's fine. But when you're recording, recording has a little one or two limitations, but you should repeat your chorus as many times as possible. Number one is the part that is repeated. Number two, it can come at the beginning of the song. I said that earlier. So don't be stereotyped. Yes, your chorus can come at the beginning of the song. Then you go to the verse. Whichever way you want to make it. You can sing your chorus first, then you go to the verse. Okay, it can come at the beginning of the song. You can always, now for you to get a great chorus, for you to write a great chorus, you have to experiment with different progressions. For example, if a melody comes to you, I've written songs before, and the first thing that I have is the melody. I just have a this is a new one. God is my refuge, He is my strength, my all in all. Okay, I just put a little lyrics to it now. So if the melody is what you have first, experiment with different progressions, and that is why it's very important for every singer to know how to play an instrument. Yes, very important. You need to know how to play an instrument. So you can experiment with different progressions before you now conclude, okay, this is the progression I'm going to use for this song. So experiment, try different progressions before you settle for one for your chorus. So before your chorus, make sure the melody of the music is interesting already and catchy. I said that about the verse. Before the chorus, make sure that the melody is interesting already. So by the time you sing the chorus, your audience receives it with open arms. They are happy. So before you sing your chorus, make sure your melody is interesting already. I mean, from the verse is interesting and catchy. Then by the time you sing the chorus, they get it once and they're singing it all over. For you to have a great chorus, create a repeating pattern. Create a repeating pattern for your chorus. That's why your chorus shouldn't be too long. All right. When you have a long chorus, it will create a good casting crown, lifting hands, bowing heart is all we've come to do. Casting crown, lifting hands, bowing heart is all we've come to do. The melody has already been established by, that song, Casting Crown by Pastor Nathan Ambassi. The melody has already been established from the verse. So by the time you are singing Odunayo, they have an idea of that melody already. They've heard it before. They just raise their hands and they are worshiping. All right? Very important. These are tips, right? Yeah, these are tips. Okay. Now I'm going to give, so if it takes you away from the song most of the time, takes you away from the progression or the melody, then you go back to the chorus. So when you want to write your bridge, you have to experiment with other progressions. For other progressions, I'm looking for a song now. Okay, John Mitchell. Nobody greater, nobody can heal like you do. That's the bridge of the song. It has a different progression from where they are coming from. And most of the time, people always want to do a modulation after a bridge. Now it's not compulsory, but it adds color to your song. And what modulation does to a song is this: it brightens the song. It makes the song sound new. All right. So you might want to experiment that after your bridge you do a modulation, then you go back to the chorus, then you repeat the chorus as many times as possible. And you can have a refrain. A refrain is a part where you repeat over and over and over. So songwriting tips that works. Let me give you some tips now. I hope those first tips has blessed you. Let me give you a tip. Number one, For you to be a good songwriter, you must have a place where you pen down your thoughts. Very, very important. Have a place where you pen down your thoughts. It might be on your phone, it might be a notepad, but most of the time, I always prefer that you have a notepad and your phone, because the melody can come, you record it. We've lost so many great songs because we did not record them as at the time they came. Yes, I've lost so many great songs like that too. So first thing, have a place where you pen down your thoughts. Your voice note on your voice recorder on your phone should be full of songs. I mean, when you have it, sometimes I just have a line, I record it. The next time I remember that song, another line comes, I record it. Before you know it, you have a great song. Yes. So have a place where you pen down your thoughts. Very, very important. You have a notepad. There's notepad on your phone. There is voice recorder. Make sure you record. No matter how stupid it sounds, just record it. Just record it. That might be the next great song you're going to record. All right. Have a place where you pen down your thoughts. Number 2, record the melody if that comes first. We always want to make this. We always make this mistake as songwriters. We want to have the song. No, you don't have to have. I mean, you don't even need to have lyrics first. If lyrics comes first, write it down. If melody comes first, record it. Record it on your phone. Record it. All right. So there's this song I wrote some time ago. I had the melody first. So I go to rehearsal and I say, guys, I have this melody. What can we do to it? And before you know it, we started working on it, and it turned to a great song. So if it's the melody you have first, record it. And number 3, don't wait to be inspired to write a song. Most of the time, you always want to be inspired before you write a song. A song can come like this. I've been in a church service where the pastor is preaching and the song comes. Yes, it happens a lot. And when it comes like that, you should have a place where you pen it down so that you don't forget. Okay? Don't wait to be inspired. Just write. And another thing to write a good song is that you have to sit down and analyze good songs. If you want to write a good song, you need to sit down and analyze good songs. What does that mean? People have written beautiful songs. There are songs, there are templates you can always check. All right. For example, I used Nobody Greater by Version Mitchell. Sit down. Okay, how did it start? They started with intro. Gonna find nobody. The guy finished that. Then he went to the chorus. Searched all hope. Everybody sang that. Oh, beautiful. And they sang it in 3 parts, or they sang it in unison, whichever. You can always make your choice. And they go back to the bridge. There's no second verse. Just went to the bridge. Nobody can heal like you do. Then after that, takes them to the peak of the song. Beautiful. Sit down, analyze a good song. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never failed me. Oh, okay, that's okay. They're talking about the goodness of God, and it goes to the chorus. All my life you have been faithful. Oh, okay. The guy that sang the verse sang the chorus too, and sang the second verse. Then everybody comes with the chorus. Oh, okay. You can always just sit down and analyze a good song so that you can write a good song yourself. Okay. Sit down and listen to it. What did this person do that keeps people listening to this song to the end? Yes, you have to sit down and analyze that. God gives you the raw material. It is your job to put flesh to it. Yes, God always gives the raw material. The parable of the talents, God gave 1, gave 2, gave 5. That's all he gives. And he expects you to go back and multiply it. So when God gives, the raw material God gives is, it might become in a melody. For example, my song, Elewi Eleshe, that has become a song of worship all over the world. How did that song come? I was playing and ministering at a church. It was a video. And the line came, the melody came. Then I opened my mouth and I put the words to it. And we worshiped with that song all night. And afterwards, I had to, when I go back to the reception that night in the church, I had to record it on my phone very quickly so I don't forget. And I started singing all over the place. Before you know it, the song is all over the place. Then I had to record it. And that song does not have a verse. So you can do it like that sometimes. Sometimes, all right? It doesn't have a verse. It just has the Yoruba, it has the English. But what I did was I was just modulating. So every time I modulate in the song, it sounds new. Okay? That's very important. Every time you get stuck, drop it and listen to existing materials. So most of the time, people write songs that are not too good because you want to write the song just came today, you want to finish it today. No. It doesn't work like that. Most of the time, it doesn't work like that. It might work for some people, but most of the time, it doesn't work like that. You have to wait. When you're stuck, drop it. Listen to existing materials. That is going to inspire you to write more. Learn to play an instrument. For you to write great songs, it's imperative that you know how to play an instrument because of progressions, because of notes, because of melody. Like I said, you have to learn. And if you don't know how to play an instrument, now please go and learn, especially maybe the acoustic guitar and the piano, so that you can always accompany yourself when you write. Okay, so how do I know a great song? When you write your song, your song should pass the voice and piano test. What does that mean? Or voice and guitar test. It means that if I'm playing an acoustic guitar, the only thing I'm playing is acoustic guitar to your song, does it still make sense? If the only thing we are playing is piano to your song, does it still make sense? So that's how to know a great song. That's how to know a great song. So I hope all these little tips that I've given you has blessed you. I'm going to stop here today so that we can have more the next time we're going to meet. So my name is Odunayo Aboderin one more time. I'm the National Youth Music Director for RCCG. So please, if you've not subscribed, go to this YouTube channel right now, RCCG YAYA. Subscribe. Click the notification button. And if you've not subscribed to my own YouTube channel, to go to Odunayo Aboderin, subscribe and click the notification button. So the next time we're going to have this, I'm sure we're going to be talking about other things that are going to bless you. So if this has blessed you, go to the comment section too and comment about it, and share this video with your friends and family. I'd like to see you again the next time, but before then, God bless you and He will make His face to shine upon you. Please put all these things to practice, and you're going to be a fantastic singer. So I'm waiting to hear your song.
This is the sound of revival. This is the sound of awakening. Hallelujah, we receive the fire, baptizing us we're renewed. This is the sound of revival.